Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm just dropping this short video to let you know that I'll be participating in a live stream this weekend that focuses on this guy right here, Dr. Frankenstein. This is the Colin Clive version of Dr. Frankenstein, you know, old school, the original, the OG. So I'm going to be painting this figure along with Scott Brown and J Spy. And I thought it'd be cool to put together like a base for him for display because this is going to be a cool figure, I think, when we're done. So I went online to check to see what was available, and I think I found a really cool print. And so, I'm not only doing this video to announce that we're doing this live stream this weekend, but to also kind of like walk you through the process of printing your own small pieces for your monster collections. There's some really neat stuff out there, and today I'm going to show you how to scale a particular print to support it and to actually slice it so that you can put it into your printer. Now, I use a Creality SE printer, and it's one of the newer models, and it's a really easy printer to work with. So if you have one of those, it's going to be pretty much step by step. If you don't, you can still use this information to help you with your own 3D prints if you want to get into 3D printing. Because since I've gotten into it, I've printed Star Trek stuff, I've printed ape stuff, and now I'm moving on to my monster collection. You know, every good terrain piece begins with a search, and Cults is a really good place to find some neat prints. You know, I use Yegi, I use Cults, and I found these stairs on Cults, and I like them because I think they're going to lend themselves well to a diorama piece. They're pretty large, and they've got some really artistic elements to them, like the stones that are along the side of the base give it a little bit more volume. And then the other accents like the skulls, the little snake, I think just bring a lot of interest to this. So I think this is going to be a really cool base. So I'm going to go ahead and download it. Well, I've already downloaded it, and you can see that it's free. But you know what? They like it when you post like your makes, or I don't think this one has a tip feature. But maybe you make a comment about it so that you can generate some interest, so that the person who created this can get some buzz on it, and perhaps people will take a look at their other prints that they have in stock. It's called Enigmatic Miniatures is the people who put this one together. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download this piece. As I said, I've already downloaded it, but to download it, you just click here, and then once you have it downloaded, it's going to show up as a compressed file. You can just open it up, and here are the terrain pieces. Now, there's some that are pre-supported, and then there's one that's not. I'm going to choose the one that's not, just because I'm going to scale it, and I'm going to show you how I scale it. I'm going to open it with my Creality print. And my computer's a little slow, so it may take a bit. I really do need to upgrade. Okay, so here we go. I have it here on the plate. Now I'm also going to import my tried and true what is that? Lincoln head, because this Lincoln head is a pretty good scale for Mego, and so there's some skull elements there, right? So this is going to help me kind of like scale my piece, so I know exactly how big to make it. So I'm going to put my head over here, and I'm going to scale this up. I think I'm going to go to I'm going to start with 500 just to see what that does. Oh wow, okay. Let me go ahead and move this around. It looks like the skull is a little too small, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it. I'm going to try 550. That looks a little better. I'm going to try 575. That looks a lot better. 600. And I'm reaching the end of my print space here, so I think that's pretty good. It looks like the cranium kind of matches up to my Lincoln model. So let me delete that. Then once you have your print set up the way you want it to, as far as scale, you come over here and you do your supports. Now mine's pretty easy. I just click on support. The support grid is usually a little too large at 10 millimeters, so I usually bring it down to about 2. And I click on automatic support, and you can see that the supports are being added wherever there's like an overhang in the piece. But you see, I'm not wasting a lot of material supporting my model. And then once that's done, I simply go to slice, and what it does is it turns it into like a little file that the printer can recognize. So I'll just have to take this file, put it on my little disk, and then insert it into my printer, and that's pretty much it. That's how you use the 3D printer. It's simple. You know, if you haven't gotten into 3D printing yet, I would highly recommend it. The printer that I have is really easy because it levels automatically, and I don't have to mess with it, you know, as far as the leveling. Let's see what else. It's a small print base, but you know, for an entry-level printer for things that you want to do, it's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and save this to the disk. I'm going to put it on my desktop first because I don't have my disk with me. And I'm just going to save it. And I'm going to go ahead and save it to the disk now and put it in my printer. Yeah, before I ever print anything, I take my alcohol. I got this stuff right here, 91%. And I clean my bed. And this is just to get rid of any sort of like, residues that are on there, you know, like oils and stuff, so that my print sticks pretty well. And then I let it dry, and then I'll turn on the printer. Well, here's my disc. I'm going to go ahead and get that inserted right there. And I'm going to come over here to my menu, and I'm going to hit print. And there it is right there, that terrain piece right up at the top, terrain skull steps. I simply click on that. I also click on the calibration, make sure that that's on, and then confirm. And then it'll go through a tuning process where it kind of measures the bed, make sure everything's set up, and then it's going to start printing. I'll be back when it's done. Well, here it is. I'm going to pop it off of the pad. And now I have to go through and I have to peel off all of the little supports, because these just kind of like pop off. It's easy to use I use a little screwdriver, or you know, you can kind of like use little pliers like needle nose, but then all the little supports have to come out. Let me go ahead and get this cleaned off and we'll take another look at it. But yeah, that looks cool, doesn't it? I'll be back. So cool, look at that. Those steps look like they came right out of Universal Studios. Wow. What a great display item. Look at that. Perfect. Now let's take a closer look at it. Now, to get the supports off of this, I had to use a little tool that I found at Harbor Freight. I use this for my fencing stuff to scrape, but it really allowed me to get into the little, especially the orbitals of the eye sockets, and just like kind of pop those little supports out, and then get in between the teeth and some of the other sections. It still looks a little rough. You know, many times what I do is I grab just a lighter and kind of like run the flame over the loose spots, right? Like that one right there, just to kind of melt them down a little bit. So I'll probably have to do that, but otherwise, really happy with this print. Look at the quality of that. That looks so cool. You know, also during our live stream, you know, we're gonna paint this guy. I'll probably remind you guys on later on in the week, maybe Thursday or so, to get this thing primed, and we're gonna prime it with a special concoction that I'll talk about on Thursday. So, yeah, look at that. Really neat. If you're holding off on getting a 3D printer and you collect, you know, action figures, probably of any scale, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Mego scale or 1/9 scale. It could be any scale. But, you know, having a printer like this for terrain pieces just really, really helps. So if this video kind of pushed you in the direction of getting your own 3D printer, I'm glad for you. You're going to have a lot of fun. Well, until next time, probably right before our live stream, I'll see you then. Wow, I just can't get over this. So cool. Bye now.